We are live with more lower bracket round 1. I'm here with Dyrude, doing some commentary here for Relayer versus Loki. Alright, so we are ready to start here. I'm going to give them both a quick countdown. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. They should be underway here. And they're off. Oh, I don't have their timer set up. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot.
Uh-oh.
I can do that. I can do that real quick.
Okay.
It's an easy fix. If you want to talk about what's going on, set the stage while I do this, that'd be swell.
That sounds good. All right, so both runners starting already right on simple. Relayer didn't start quite right away. I'm not too sure why that is the case, but you know, unless you're named UF_Dyrude, you don't die on simple. You know, that's just kind of how it goes. Most of these World 1s, like we already mentioned earlier, should be fairly straightforward and should be pretty close. Both players actually knocking out Hollow. Pretty good movement already. Yeah, nothing really too shocking. This way we probably won't have too many issues until maybe slopes, maybe sliders. Is when you might see a little bit of separation. Did Fighter do green switches?
No, I don't believe so, actually.
Nobody did green switches. So that's maybe one optimization we might see. No, both runners actually elect to skip past that strat.
Fixed, thank you, Helix. Sorry about that.
It's a little bit tougher, and if you miss it, it's not a reward really anymore. But if you get it, it saves a nice couple seconds. Pairs, floaters, pretty simple stuff. Nothing too crazy for these guys. Both runners pretty much neck and neck. Actually, it's one stage lead right now for Loki. I think part of that was because of the weird start over there at the beginning, but nonetheless, probably won't matter till the end. Nice. We get Loki getting the slope strat. It's a really good start for him.
Okay, timers are all set. I apologize for that. Completely forgot to do timers. But we should be good now. I am here. I am ready to go.
Loki, nice on sliders as well. Super Layer can't get it, can't follow that up right now. There's just trailing just a little bit. Actually taking a slower strat on slopes. It gives you a nice angle to look at. The goal has to actually reset. That's gonna hurt a little bit for at least this early game, but there's plenty of opportunity to catch up.
And Dyrude, I'm casting my OBS to Discord so you can get a more like real-time thing as well. Probably will help.
I'm about 8 seconds probably behind.
Perfect. If you go into the Discord stream.
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect. All right, so we see Loki on curve bridge here. Sorry for little hiccups there, but everything should be fixed.
No CBF, unlucky.
No CBF, true. Loki actually has been doing CBF a lot in practice runs, so I am glad to see that they're not going for that in a race. Thank goodness.
Player has their first pause, or not pause, exit game. Actually, important thing to note is that Relayer is an entirely pauseless player, so we shouldn't be seeing really any pause strats unless they've come out to surprise us for this tournament.
Yeah.
Entirely pauseless.
I know that some of the pauseless players are choosing to implement just a couple pause strats into their runs. I know, like Mistop is choosing to just add like flock and dribbles, like the really big ones.
Yeah, the massive time saves.
Yeah, so I think maybe we'll see that from Relayer, maybe not. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see.
Maybe, yeah, it'd be nice if we get a little surprise.
True.
Of course, Loki, so far, no real major hiccups yet.
Yeah, no, Loki is definitely killing it so far.
Split. Oh well. There you go, he's split just now.
Perfect. So Relayer moving on into World 2. Not to just a couple stages of separation here because of some mistakes on sliders and slopes.
Missed the one cycle also on curve bridge.
Yes.
Nothing that won't really matter a ton until later, I don't think.
And Loki, something went wrong on that pause strat. They hit the frames, but I think something might have happened with their notches to make that not go as it's supposed to. Hopefully.
To answer 42's question, no, there was no CBF.
No CBFs, correct. Loki definitely Struggling to hit the coaster strat here a little bit. I don't know what's going on with their controller, if that's the case. Yeah, I think something might be up with their controller. Or maybe their inputs just aren't quite right.
I think their setup's pretty good.
Yeah, they're definitely hitting the frames that they're looking for. That one should work, yeah.
Ooh. Sketchy, but he got it. Moving on. And Relayer's going to do something that Baba Kanoosh was trying to do in the last match.
Yeah.
Just kind of jump to the bottom.
Yeah, just the right side platform landing. And that comes pretty close to evening up this race with the slight struggle that Loki had on Coaster, and Relayer just chugging right along. Gets himself right back into it, which is awesome.
About a good bumpy check too will really help that cause too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Are there really any trick stages for you when you play World 2?
World 2 has some like weirdly tricky stuff. Like Inchworms, I think, is an interesting one because I think both of them are probably going to go for the fast blue goal setup, and it's not like hard, quote unquote, but it is surprisingly precise. So it can be a little bit punishing if you just mess up your setup just a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see Loki, the first one going into it. Hopefully, will be able to nail it, but it can definitely be a little tricky.
See if they get it here. No, they're electing not to do the fast setup actually, but they're still gonna run at it.
No, that is the fast setup. Yeah.
Oh, that is fast setup.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
No,
I'm thinking of there's one where you can clip off like inside.
Yeah, that's the challenge mode strat. The challenge mode strat uses the clip inside.
My bad. That's what I was thinking.
You're okay. But yeah, here we see Relayer going for it. Oh, Relayer choosing to do this is the slow setup that Relayer is going for here, just waiting for it to unfold.
That's going to be opportunity then for Loki to get a little bit ahead.
Yeah, just a little bit more mileage out of the strat play. I believe misses the fast forward button there. Yeah, so losing a couple seconds here. Hitting the fast forward button's about 3 seconds faster on alternative, so not a huge deal, but definitely wanted to hit the fast forward button there, I think.
Kind of the Inchworms and alternative then kind of set off for each other.
Yeah, almost. That is a
actually
good
point. It does. It's still a 1-stage difference.
Yeah. And we see Relayer going into alternative here. Hopefully, I don't know if Relayer does pause button or fast forward in their runs. Looking like fast forward, nice.
They try to do anything that is fast, but they do it all pauseless.
True. Yeah, the fast forward here just going to save a couple seconds over the play button you saw from Loki on accident. And both players in World 3. This is still quite a close race. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
Love to see close races.
Yeah, their PBs aren't all that close either, so it's actually really cool that you see it is going to stay close for a little bit.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, once we get into, like, the part of World 3, dribbles. Like, if Relayer is still choosing to do pauseless dribbles, like, the casual way, and Loki is using pause frames, then that could present, like, a huge dividing point between the two. We'll just have to see how that plays out.
Unless Loki can't get it.
That's true.
First cycle try.
It's true. We did see Loki mess up the coaster strat. Ooh, gets a little too adamant on the finish on stepping stones. Gets eaten by the party ball.
I feel that happens to me all the time.
So far,
I feel like I party ball more than anybody else could ever.
Oh, Loki with another misstep on stepping stones. We're dead tied.
Even now.
We're dead tied. This is awesome. I think
really bad.
Yeah, I think right now we're kind of seeing just through the first stretch, we're seeing kind of a tortoise and hare situation right now where Relayer is playing a lot more safely and just kind of taking stages at their own pace, whereas Loki is going for a little bit more of like the greedy strats, and so far working out pretty well for Relayer, keeping himself right in it, which is awesome.
The thing I've always noticed about Relayer streams is that they don't really reset a ton once they get out of World 1. They usually can keep it going. They're pretty consistent about doing a lot of their strats. They won't do the fastest strat necessarily or have the fastest movement, but they're going to be consistent at it.
Yeah, and that is huge in races. So this was the situation I was talking about where Loki using the pause frame on dribbles and Relayer choosing to do the slow casual strat instead could present a huge divide in the two, depending on how Loki takes advantage. So we'll just have to see. But Relayer making their way through dribbles, no problem.
Relayer is entirely pauseless. We just weren't sure if maybe they would choose to put in 1 or 2.
Yeah, like some of the other pauseless players I know Misstop is planning on busting out a couple pause strats here and there, so I wasn't sure if Relayer was going to be doing that as well.
Imagine being a pauseless player doing a pause strat. Can't say you're pauseless anymore.
Exactly. Clean URL from Relayer though, that was nice.
Great.
And Loki also cleaning up this World 3 quite nicely through Kirby options. Really, the dribbles didn't create as much of a divide as I thought it would. Which is pretty sweet. Still got a close race.
any slight mess up for anybody, and that can create a gap one way or the other. So
yeah, exactly. And also worth mentioning, no menuing mistakes so far from either player, which is awesome. I don't think we've
Relayer had one exit game.
Oh yeah, early on, probably when I wasn't paying full attention. My bad.
Yeah.
So minimal menuing mistakes. How's that for a save?
There you go, minimal. A lot less than last round.
We see downhill frames coming out from Loki using that extra safety to get the fast strat there.
I've never seen those. I don't never do those. I just learned just to get up on side of platform, about 2.5, 3 seconds, jump off and adjust. But
yep, that is the traditional thought process. But frames are frames. Gotta use them, I guess.
Oh, and relayers. Okay, so relayer is at least going to drop down to the bottom and not electing to do the fastest strat.
Yeah, again, kind of what we've seen from relayer for this entire race, playing really safe, doing consistent safe strats, and just making it happen. And there is definitely a gap between Loki and relayer, but I have a feeling when we get to some of the really hard stages that maybe Loki plays a little greedier on, we might see some crucial mistakes from Loki, whereas relayer might just take those stages nice and safe. So we might be able to see, that kind of tortoise and hare dynamic again, where relayer's just able to get himself back into it. Giant Comb, I don't know what this setup is from Loki. I can't lie to you. This setup is...
Yeah, I don't do this.
unbelievably scuffed.
It almost worked.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't do it.
It worked. They died once and then didn't die the other time, but that was unbelievably scuffed.
I know I do a setup that's not similar to everyone else. I kind of go over all the way to the right so that once the giant comb is swung like 90 degrees, I'm kind of like on that edge of the platform, then I swing back in. And that's pretty consistent. It's not the fastest, but,
Relayer also doing a very far outside setup. Man, everybody with these weird giant comb setups, it's like something new every race. It's crazy. The personal preference aspects of this game are just crazy.
Can't wait for someone to go left.
Right? Dude, that would be crazy. Oh, Relayer nails the setup that time, though. That's fine. One death, not the end of the world.
Loki just missed dynamic maze.
Oh, Loki's trapped. Yeah, he realizes. Okay, he was in a spot where the walls weren't going to come up for him, so he just had to retry.
This is the right side beehive from Relayer, actually. I haven't seen that.
That's neat. Yeah, that's just like one of those unorthodox preference things. All right, so Loki gets out of dynamic maze, gets trapped on the first attempt, but gets it nice and clean the second attempt. And now we're moving into the latter half of World 4 from Loki here. This is awesome. This is a really close race. This is the closest race I've commentated so far, which is awesome. Relayer going for pauseless D-maze. Almost gets it, but
doesn't. Be nice. It should be a 40, right? Yeah.
Yeah, clean.
Oh, wait, 47. That's
easy.
The
wall comes up at 48.0, just about. Loki doing the nice ape launchers, gets a bunch of friction. Should be a nice 49 here. Yeah. Oh, 48.9. Close enough. That was a really nice execution of that blue goal strat. It's one of my favorite strats in the game. It's a very nice in-betweener if you don't want to go for green goal, but you don't want to go for second cycle either. It's a really nice strat. And I'm interested to see what Relayer does here as well. Looks like also probably the blue goal strat.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be the third one tonight.
Left, hit that. Doesn't get as much friction as Loki, meaning it's going to be a little bit slower and a little bit more difficult, but...
Gonna land straight in.
Oh, nice!
Dunk it in!
Nice, dunked it. That was sick.
Actually, it's Loki, so...
That's got to be really scary in a race setting to go for that. So huge props to Relayer.
So Loki gets the green goal frame. I will say, Relayer's been practicing complex coin, so...
Oh, wow. I didn't know Relayer went for complex coin. That's sick.
Yeah, he's going for complex coin, so...
That is boss.
Let's see if he does it in run.
Loki nails the arthropod frame. Right in the goal. Oh, using my setup for complex coin. Please hit it. Please hit it. Please hit it. Oh, it was so close.
Oh,
it was so
that's
close.
So unfortunate, man. Oh. I hate to see it. Oh,
that's so not enough neutral, though. That's not enough neutral. I can tell. I made the setup. That's not enough neutral. They ended up just past the goal because it wasn't enough neutral. No.
No, they're just... Oh, no.
Oh, no. This could be bad.
You don't want to get stuck on this.
Oh, that was a good save. Very good save.
How did you get that?
Just the skin of his teeth. The skin of his teeth.
Oh my god.
Alright, so there is a bit of a gap between the runners now, but hopefully Relayer can nail Arthropod here.
Did Loki load Manip? I would assume that
Loki did, yes. Loki did load Manip.
So 2 stages ahead again. Unfortunate to not hit the complex coin. Very close, though, on the first try.
No wormhole pausing coming out from Loki. I'm actually very surprised considering the other pause strats that he's gone for. I'm surprised to not see the wormhole frames come out.
You know, maybe it's just one of those things where you know it's a close race. You know it's maybe not your best strat. You just decide to forego it.
Yeah.
Save yourself the trouble. Then again, I think you can just go for it and you back up into the casual strat. So.
Yeah. Relayer definitely having a hard time here with Arthropod. Never want to see it, but
yeah.
Hopefully he can get through it and move on to seesaw bridges. Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, I've always been a pauseless player, but Arthropod, other than domes, because no one likes domes, Arthropod was my first. And I only ever do the frame. So.
Oh no, yeah, we're seeing some big bleed here from Relayer. This could be the separating factor in this game one.
Shouldn't be pretty catastrophic, but
that one looks good. Nice. Okay,
nice.
So they are moving on. We're okay.
Not stuck.
Not stuck, that's for sure. Oh, save game data.
I haven't seen that strat before.
Yeah, right, that's a new one.
Save game data strat, we love it. It's a manipulation.
Yeah, Loki having a very good start of World 5 here, too. Already onto beat screen. So Loki taking full advantage of Relayer's slight missteps on Arthropod.
Yeah. About a 5-stage gap right now.
And Seesaw Bridges is so long, it's just so unfortunate.
A lot of World 5, though, is shorter, so...
You know, if there were any justice in the universe, Relayer will get pauseless wormhole clip to save, like, 12 seconds. First try. That would be so awesome.
Do they go for it? I don't remember.
I think every pauseless player goes for it. It's just kind of a matter of whether or not you can hit it.
Yeah, that'd be dope. If
Let's
it happens, someone better clip that.
That would be awesome. Boosting looks to be a wormhole setup, yep.
Okay.
Oh, they zorped over it! No!
You hate to see it.
Oh, it was so close. It was a good setup. It looked good.
Yeah.
It looked darn good.
The monkey god's just not looking down on Relayer there.
No, that's sad. But it's okay. We're still moving on. No big mistake so far. Loki taking a fall on toggle here. Loki takes one fall on toggle but cleans it up for the second try. Nice. Oh, free fall. Can Relayer back it up?
Should be back. Feels bad to miss. It bleeds some time out.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's better than a death. Anything's better than a death, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's better.
Peter, thank you so much for the raid. Peter Zink with the raid. Holy moly, thank you so much. Got melting pot here from Relayer. Nice setup. Nice and clean. Barely gets in, but very clean setup. Gets all the way there.
Very solid 25. Tough strat.
And Loki getting ready to exit World 5, so there is now quite a separation between these two players. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Loki infamously hates Opera in World 6, the Opera pause strat. So, you know, if Loki gets Opera first try, that would be awesome because he hates it so much, and that would be sick to like get your revenge on it in a tournament. But we could also see that hatred manifest into a lot of deaths on Opera.
It could just bring it straight back, just like how Relayer had it on Arthropod.
Exactly.
Say none of my peeps like Arthropod or Opera. No one does.
Ooh, nice punch seesaws. That was a super good punch seesaws. 55-3. Yeah. All right, here we go. Opera for Loki. His least favorite strat. Nails the first frame, 25. Looking for 71 here. Got it. Now it's just the difficult adjustment. They got it first try! Wow! Huge. Huge. That is big. But as we say that, Relayer's still chugging right along in World 5, not losing step at all. It goes straight for the fall into tower. I did not expect to see that at all. And they got it first try, which is awesome. That is not something I expected to see from Relayer, because you know, lower mid-level players definitely expect to see them play that stage a little safer. But first try, fast tower, maybe realizing that, you know, this is the time to lay it all out on the line.
Down but not out.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely playing like this. World 5 has been really clean, all things considered.
55 cliffs. No,
seeing 54 cliffs around the side. Oh, goes right over. I thought they were going to take a bounce off the backboard.
And at the same time, Relayer not quite getting all the way across for fluctuation, just having to wait now.
Yeah, second cycle fluctuation is never fun, but Loki taking a couple missteps here on Cliffs. Off the backboard? Yeah, just plays it nice and safe.
Might as well, right?
Play it nice and safe. Narrow peaks here definitely can be a bit of a troll if you're not fully 100% focused. No problem for Loki.
No boost strat, it works out great.
But, you know, Relayer moving on into World 6. Coming up, this race is still anybody's to have, especially considering, you know, World 7, 8, and 10 are 3 of the most difficult in the run. So the majority of the, you know, chokeable spots have yet to come.
Do you know if Loki goes for Spiral Bridge one cycle? I mean, I'm sure everyone goes for it, but do you know if they usually get it?
I don't believe so, no. I don't believe so. I could be totally wrong, because I also would have said the same thing about Phenifire, but they just got it first try last run, so... I'm done forever predicting who can and can't do Spiral Bridge, because apparently I'm always wrong.
Boy, I thought you were a prophet, man. Come on.
Yes, Moonlimes. Loki is kind of known for using safety pauses in a lot of situations on stages like Detour, Downhill. They used frames, Arthropod frame. They use quite a bit of safety frames, which in a tournament setting, you know, you can't really blame them, but, you know, frames are frames. That's life. So here we see the World 7 entry. Oh, the Opera Skip. This could be huge if it's missed by Relayer. Really hoping he can hit it, taking his time to line it up. Looks good. Nice. Oh, the glitch goal!
Very close.
Wow. Yeah, that could have been huge if Relayer had not lined that up properly. Glad that he took his time to make sure he would hit it.
If that was me with the controller, there's no way in hell I would have lived.
Loki taking the nice, clean, calm second cycle curve bridge and moving on to the rest of World 7.
Shouldn't be too much, I think, for Loki to worry about, just for a little bit at least, until later on in World 7.
Yeah, Relayer taking the bottom wire on tiers, playing it extra safe. Like, that kind of fits in with the narrative that we've built from the start, that Relayer chooses to mostly go for really, really safe stuff and just try to die as little as possible, which is not a bad plan in tournaments.
And if you think about it, if you remove Arthropod from it, they've actually had a really, really good run.
Yeah, like, aside from yeah, it really has just been that one stage where we saw, like, 7 or 8 deaths. It's unfortunate.
And they're going to do Cliff's intended as well. So
yeah, Cliff's going the intended way. It's actually funny. This is not much slower at all. I think people overestimate how much Cliff Skip actually saves. If you do the intended strat as quickly as possible, you can only lose like 5 seconds if you do it right.
Yeah.
But Relayer gets through it, no problem.
These Civ frames here from Loki.
Ooh. Oh,
no Civ frames.
Maybe they might have missed the first frame. I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
They might have hit.
They would retry and try it again if you missed the first frame.
Yeah, maybe so.
2.5 second wait.
It's a 3 second wait, full 3 seconds. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a comfort thing. They just choose, you know what, I'll just play it safe. And take my 40 and go. Can't really blame him.
Like we're gonna get a blue goal for Detour.
Yeah, nice simple blue goal. Again, Relayer. Playing it safe, not dying. I think that's a good game plan. We see Flock Frame come out from Loki. Ooh, gets Party Ball but lives. Nice.
Yeah, not a big loss.
Not a big loss at all.
Especially considering, you know, Relayer's not going to be busting out that strat, I don't think, so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Doing the fast pauseless strat, so.
Yeah.
Lands on the bottom hierarchies, that's great.
Yeah, quick little hierarchy skip. Takes 49 and goes. Can't blame him. But, again, we got Relayer keeping it close. Heading into World 7. In just a moment here. Oh, the safety frame on 8 bracelets. Yeah, that kind of fits in with what I was just saying, how Loki uses a lot of safety frames. That was a weird set, too. I don't think I've ever seen that set of safety frames on bracelets, and it doesn't work. Messes up the adjustment. I've never seen that.
Yeah, me neither. That's interesting. These kind of settings are also really interesting because, you know, if you've never seen any of these players and you get to learn something new, like, oh, wow, that's something I never thought of. Something really weird. So, I only found Loki's stream, I think, the other night, like 2 nights ago or something like that. So, I've never really seen a lot.
Yeah, those were weird frames. So, for anybody who's curious in chat, they were doing up left to 81 and then up until a certain frame on the wall and then up left. You can actually just do up left to 85 and then up and then just adjust, and it makes it really easy. So, I don't know what those frames are Loki was doing. I've never seen those before in my life. If you're going to use 8 bracelets frames, those are probably not the ones to use. But hey, dealer's choice, and Loki gets it done anyway, so I am in no place to criticize at all.
Double spiral here, and they're going for the skip, so...
Oh, no, they're not.
I might know they're not.
Playing nice and safe. Can't blame them. You know, they probably know that they've got somewhat of a substantial lead. No reason to take big risks on double spiral.
I realized earlier today how angry double spiral makes players. I was watching Greek Feta Cheese play, and they were not having it when they just practiced double spiral and lost a PB pace to double spiral.
Yeah, it is.
Run.
Yeah, it's a real killer, and believe me, as somebody who's been playing this category for quite a while at a pretty high level, it is as bad as it gets.
A pauseless one cycle and obstacle, pretty nice.
Yeah, can't complain about that. Again, I think Relayer has played mostly clean throughout this whole run. It's really just, you know, the strat differential between the two, the pauseless versus paused, as well as a couple stages that really had Relayer's number have made the difference in this one.
Still possible to bring it back. You never know when Loki could just make a mistake. So
no doubt. And Loki, as far as I'm aware, plays a very greedy World 10 strat list. Like, uses a lot of pausing in World 10. So we could see some struggles there potentially if their pausing isn't super on point.
Coming up to the gauntlet as well, momentum, entangled path.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch can be brutal. I wouldn't be surprised if they use safety frame here. Yes, they do. They use the momentum safety frame, the 33, makes it nice and comfy. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised to see entangled path frames either, because Loki does use, you know, downhill frames and bracelets frames. So why wouldn't you use entangled frames? I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Is it
oh, they're coming. They're coming. Yep.
What?
Entangled frames. Yeah, lots of safety frames here. Oh, they miss it.
Yeah. I think you should go for it, though. Optimal, but it'll work.
Yep, you got it.
Interesting.
You got it. That is a safety entangled frame set.
Yeah, Moonlight said, what the heck was that?
Yeah, a lot of these stages, there are a lot of stages in this game that have weird, like, safety frames just for comfort. Like, downhill, entangled path, flat maze, trampolines. Like, stages where you don't need to pause, but you can. And Loki choosing to use a lot of those frames. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, comfort is comfort, and especially in a tournament, you need to be as comfy as possible, so I totally get it.
Nailed Vortex as well.
Yeah, that was a really nice Vortex.
More frames here. Warp. Another set of 3, right? Oh, no.
No, it's a 4 set. Maybe, yeah, right?
Why? You paused everything else!
I think, if I had to guess, it's because the warp the warp frame set is 4 frames instead of 3, so maybe Loki's hard limit is 3.
Belair took an unfortunate death on Flock 2, I just read it in chat.
Oh no, right at the end.
Yeah. That's tough, too. You just go through the whole timer.
Yeah, that is as bad of a death as it gets. Again, Relayer, like, hasn't made very many mistakes, but the mistakes that he's made have just been really big ones. Yeah.
That's just nature's pauseless, though.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's funny that, like, we have Relayer, who's fully pauseless, playing against Loki, who uses a lot of safety pauses. It's kind of fun. It's like two sides of the same coin. But Loki definitely playing really solid, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't too far off of like PB pace, or probably somewhat close to it, because they've had a pretty solid last few worlds, all things considered.
They are 34.45 is their PB.
Gotcha. Well, then yeah, they're definitely a little bit off PB pace, but still a solid run.
I was just curious to know myself.
They're making their way through hierarchy, no problem. And Loki, yeah, I just realized they played Warp early, so they actually didn't load manip World 8, so we could see a nice, big, fat World 8 load, no manip. Wow, that load was huge.
We love loading. Oh,
yeah.
Honestly, I only play Super Monkey Ball to watch the loads.
All right, Relayer, moving on to quick turn here. Very difficult strat. A lot of stuff that goes into to the quick turn strat, but it looks like he's got it under control. Just hold up.
My favorite thing, and I know everybody does it, is when you have friends over and never seen this game, and you show them, hey, look, watch this. You go into the bathroom, you have your controller, and you just hold up. They're like, whoa, how'd you do that? Same thing there.
We got Loki on spinning saw here, just doing slight weight into hold up. Pretty safe stuff. Unboosted hold up. And now chip pipes is an interesting stage because it looks actually really easy, and it is really easy, but it's also really easy to mess up, interestingly enough. But they don't. Nice.
So whenever I mess that up, I'm never too happy about it because usually you just get a nice bounce up onto the side of the pipe and then...
Yeah, it's like the spot where you land on the thing is actually a lot more precise than it looks. Like, if you don't hit it just right, you'll die. Clean flat maze there from Loki. That was really nice.
I like that setup. It was all the way over on the edge, moving pretty straight and parallel, and knocked it out.
Well, we can see guillotine frames here coming out from Loki as well, hitting the 40, looking for 68 over here, and then a quick 18 piece. Oh, they hit 16 instead. I thought it was 18. I couldn't tell. It was 16. Yeah, that's not a working frame, unfortunately. But they're going to run it back.
There's PB's 44-24.
Gotcha. Ooh, Loki missing the second frame there on guillotine. Hopefully he can bounce back and get it here on third try. Ooh, gets the 66 again. Are they just gonna? He's just gonna play it casually, realizing the pause strat is just not in the bag right now, and that is okay. Sometimes it's better to know your limits than to try and force something that isn't working.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to make it a close race even when you're ahead. So.
Exactly. Whoa, almost dies on that guillotine there. That one swung a little bit close.
Swinging back towards Relayer, doing the gauntlet now. Didn't do soft cream skip at all, just did the casual slow button. And kind of cruised along, got first try momentum there.
An entangled path. What does Relayer choose to do on entangled path? Blue goal? Okay, yeah, Relayer does do blue goal. Okay. Yeah, so again, we're seeing just these slight strat differences between Loki and Relayer that end up making a big difference on some of these stages, like entangled path and flock, you know, and dribbles, where those can really make a big difference in the long run.
Tangled path is just one of those stages that just makes me upset, right? Because I'm going to go for the green goal, I will always miss the green goal, but then I just don't want to wait for the blue goal. So I keep going for the green goal, then I don't get it. And then I'm upset.
Make sure you don't party ball Relayer. Nice. Okay, cool. That is actually, it's really easy to build up way too much speed on the end of entangled path there and hit the party ball. But Loki cleaning up World 9 very nicely. Bit of a struggle on guillotine for a second there, but able to bounce back from it very nicely, and pending a corkscrew finish here, should be moving into World 10.
And they should be pretty much on pace to get at least a 37, if not slightly below that, if they play everything well.
Yeah, a solid World 10 gets a 36 here for Loki. And I think Loki actually does a lot of pausing in World 10, so a solid one could get a low 36. But definitely 37 pace. You said it. Oh, Relayer gets thrown off at the very end of Vortex. They're just not quite building enough speed to bounce over.
That's unfortunate.
Here we see the second try Vortex from Relayer. You just got to stay on this all the way until you're ready, and then you hold upright. There you go. Plays it a little bit safe there, but gets it nonetheless. We see gimmick frames come out from Loki. Huge swing point here. And it looks like they've got it. Okay, they used a couple extra safety frames in there to make sure the adjustment worked, but they got it. No problem. We actually saw that from Phenifire last run as well. It's a 3-frame set, but you can throw in an extra 4th or 5th safety frame to make sure you get that adjustment at the end.
No, so. If someone pause frames simple, I will personally donate to their stream. And I think Loki's going to be the man to do it. I just have a feeling.
All right, we got World 10 pausing coming up. I'm interested to see, does Loki just do the normal disorder strat on the left side here? Yeah, just move through, take the scenic route, nice and easy.
Limes is on it. Shit.
You're now entering the World 10 zone. Prepare your pauses. Exactly. That is World 10. 3D maze. Will we see the pause right here? Yes, we will. 71. And you just got to do a little bit of an adjustment here and bounce right over the wall. And then a 1-2. Nice. Very clean 3D maze.
That's great.
And I don't know if Loki does labyrinth pausing, actually. I would assume so. Yes. Yes, he does. So this could be a big breaking point because this strat is very difficult. It's a 4-frame pause strat. Some of the pauses have very bad cues, and there's an adjustment at the end. So
crazy, yeah. Certainly not guillotine.
Doesn't get the second frame, chooses to bail out instead. Are they going to go for the... They're just playing stage normally. Okay, they're doing intended.
Oh, Relayer's trying so hard to back up warp right now. Oh, it just doesn't quite get it. And you remember buying your Super Monkey Ball for the first time and you get to warp.
Stage is evil. Stage is evil.
You hated it back in the day, but all of us love it now. Like, yeah, it's a great movement stage.
Try telling that to 7-year-old you.
Never.
Oh, Relayer. Balanced on the edge. Oh, he saved it. Oh, barely gets in. Holy moly. Cruising into World 9 is Relayer here.
Oh, couldn't be me. Still a possibility for a small PB, I think, if I do my math correct.
I think you're correct. I think it might hinge on World 10. A, how well Relayer plays in World 10, and B, the strat play, I think could make a big difference. Oh. Loki pulling out postmodern frames onto the last one, looking for 41 here. Gets 40. Does he know the backup? He does not know the 40 backup. There is a really comfortable backup on 40 if you hit it instead of 41, but backup knowledge, super important in tournaments. Loki, unfortunately, not knowing the 40 backup and losing quite a bit of time to it, but that is okay. That is okay. They're still on comfy pace to get out World 10 here with as little damage done as possible.
They're starting to schmoove. So far, no major issues in World 9 other than the first death on serial jump. I'm going to hit Spinning Saw. Should cruise through for the next couple stages.
Oh, the Spinning Saw, no! Went a little bit early on Spinning Saw and gets party balled.
Pause frames on Revolution for Loki.
Yeah, Loki using the double pause frame on Revolution instead of the pauseless adjustment. Understandable. Again, safety is everything. Yeah, a little bit of overcompensation from Relayer going early on the first Spinning Saw attempt and then late on the second. You never want to see the overcompensation, but it is, human instinct. It's what we do, right?
Here we go, more pause frames.
Yeah, Loki using a very interesting pause set here. This is a very, not... It's an unorthodox pause set, not the main pause set, but I remember Loki saying recently that they have a lot of trouble with the main set, the 10, 15, 91 set, so using an unorthodox backup, but it works out for him. And we are one created by away from a nice low 37 here to win the first race from Loki.
Surprised they don't pause created by.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point. It's a 3-frame strat that saves like 8 or 9 seconds. It's definitely worthwhile. But
I feel like if you're gonna be known as the pause heavy runner, you should just pause everything.
So we see a nice Game 1 victory for Loki, playing rather well, rather safely, nailing most of the stuff that they wanted to go for. And that is a GG for Game 1. I do believe Relayer is going to be finishing his run. We didn't see that last run. Baba Kanoosh was killing his runs after the first race ended, but we will get to see Relayer finish, so we get solo Relayer commentary here. Wow, cutting it close on both of those guillotines. That was so scary.
All my homies love guillotine.
Looks like we're fine here. Gonna wait out an extra cycle to be safe. Yep. And gets out of there. Hits the low manip. Nice. Always love to see people remembering to low manip in World 9. Huge GG to Loki. Game 1. That was awesome.
Should just be clinical here, I think, for the rest of World 9, unless I'm missing. Or Relayer.
Yeah, Twin Basin and Air Hockey and Corkscrew are all, not insanely hard stages, so.
Telling me that for some reason I can't do Corkscrew ever.
It's definitely... It's weird. It requires like a surprisingly precise setup and a surprisingly precise amount of speed, just the way that the holes are positioned.
I try to slow down, do it casually, and I don't know why. I'm just too dumb to do it.
Nice air hockey. Very, very well timed on the neutral input. That was solid. Also, yeah, Loki, you definitely have time to warm up here. Relayer is going to finish his run, so you can warm up in between runs if you'd like, in between Game 1 and Game 2.
So being 2 minutes 40 seconds off of your pace, for a tournament setting too, I wouldn't call that necessarily playing bad.
Yeah, no, not by any means.
It's a pretty good showing, so.
And the corkscrew coming out and play it nice and safe. Solid 41. We'll take it. Moving on to World 10. And I think an amazing World 10 would probably PB for Relayer here, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know exactly what their strat play.
5 minutes would be PB.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what their World 10 strats are like, but a really, really good pauseless World 10 could definitely make this happen.
There's a lot of intended. I'm trying to remember. A while since they streamed.
Oh, Gimmick. We get to see all of Gimmick in all its glory.
Didn't Mistop have a gimmick strat? Missed gimmick.
Yeah, it's basically the IL strat, but made slightly more consistent for RTAs, and it's not all the way consistent yet to where pauseless runners are going for it yet. But it's a theory more than anything right now, and I certainly want to believe.
I mean, I think it's super cool whenever you see any kind of new strat come out first stage. So I'd love to see it in run too. Maybe in the tournament, that'd be pretty fun to watch.
I love how people are still pausing. You are now entering, or people are still posting. Prepare. Oh, I thought it was the prepare your pause strats, but it was prepare your intended strats. Oh, it's genius. That's awesome. That is awesome. Prepare your intended strats.
That is 100% me in World 10.
Relayer making his way through Gimmick though. No problem. Oh, gotta get in the goal though. 4, 3.
Oh no.
Alright, hopefully Relayer can knock down the rest of World 10. No problemos here. Mountain definitely a stage that everybody does a little bit differently. Relayer choosing to do just a gentle up left, not quite early enough on it though.
I like to do kind of a hold up, and then once you hit that circular part, up left, and then switch to neutral.
Yeah, I think that tends to be, I think, what most people go for. I'm actually part of the group that does the stage in a weird, unorthodox way, but it works for me. It works for me, and I will own the fact that I am the weirdo, and that everybody else is probably doing it right, in air quotes.
Oh no. There's no right way. There's just
sometimes there's a right way. Sometimes there's a right way.
Yeah? Like what? As long as you get into the goal, you did it right.
Yeah, but sometimes you save 0.1. I probably lose 0.1 on that stage, and I don't even know it. I'd be willing to bet.
My God, is Loki practicing CBF?
Loki is definitely showing off CBF.
I would love to see a CBF.
Yes, Peter does boost mountain. Peter and Complex, I believe, are the only two RTAs right now that boost mountain in attempts. I don't believe Taco goes for it anymore. He did for a while, but I think he died on it on a good run recently and gave up on it. Because boosted mountain saves about 0.2.
Still a really good run from Relayer. 5 stages left. About 240 away from their PB.
I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, right? The fact that Relayer is this close to their PB. Like, that is nuts in a race. Like, they are potential PB pace into World 10 in a race. You can't really ask for much more than that.
Gotta be really happy.
Oh, didn't quite get over the gap because they lost their speed on Labby.
Yeah. If there was one stage I could change, it would be Labyrinth. 100%. Why is there gotta be a gap? Just why? Nice. Got over it really quick.
Yeah, got over the gap. Now we're seeing the rest of the stage play out here. Nice and easy peasy. Just gotta get up this last ramp and over the little edge here. Very big troll by the developers to put that edge there at the very end of this, like, 50-second long stage. There were definitely kids who got stuck on that last edge and just mauled it.
That was the last stage I ever beat.
You'd see a nice...
I was like, how are you supposed to beat this?
You can see a nice pauseless post monitor. Oh, this looks really good. Oh, just a little too far left on that stair. That was a really good looking setup. If they hit that stair just a little bit further to the right, they would have had a ton of speed coming off of it.
That would have been really pog, yeah. Maybe next run we'll get to see it.
Yeah, pauseless postmodern actually very, very cool strat. Very very swag. And when you do it right and you get a bunch of speed coming off, it looks really good.
I just question whoever thought it was smart to put stairs in a ball game. I will keep saying that.
True. It's a good point. Wow, getting kind of owned by these stairs actually. Just getting bad bounces and getting stuck. It's okay. We're doing okay. And they're up and they're through. They're past it. We're moving on.
Pete looks at Banana Blitz. I don't look at Banana Blitz. I'm sorry. Ooh, CBF. Look, you got it. Alright, revolution time.
Relayer just doing the nice casual strat here on Revolution, or I guess intended is probably the better way to put it. Not casual sounds so demeaning when I really don't mean it that way.
About, what, 5-6 seconds, I guess, difference? Yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah, 6-second difference between the pauseless fast rev and pauseless not fast rev.
I see. We're going to have a little bit of spelling lesson here for invisible.
True. I wonder, I don't think he does, but I don't know if Relayer goes for the S-clip on invisible, which is the little pauseless skip at the end that saves, 10 or 15 seconds.
I think so. I'm pretty sure he just spells it.
If we were to see it, it would be right here. This is where the S-clip starts. No S-clip, okay. It's very difficult. I actually mess up S-clip a lot in my pauseless attempts, I can't lie. Oh no! Falling off the very end of invisible.
I feel that. That's me 100%. They were on pace to be within a minute of their PB, too.
True, yeah.
So.
Still going to be quite close. This has got to be, a good feeling or a good sign for Relayer, right? Playing this close to their PB. They're probably due for a huge PB if they have a really solid run.
Clean up arthropod a little bit and...
True.
Can't really think of anything else they had, like, a lot of death on.
Yeah, they definitely struggled a bit with warp. But other than that, it was mostly strat differences that caused, intermittent deaths and a lot of, strat differences on stuff like flock and dribbles and stuff like that made the difference in this race.
Oh, death on flock, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one was a heartbreaker.
Each of those death, 40 seconds.
Looks like we're just going to see a nice, clean created by here to finish up with a low 46. Cannot complain. Playing within 2 minutes of your PB is always welcome, is it not? And that is time for Relayer, 46-14. Nice. That was an excellent first race. Relayer finishing strong with the last created by there.
Not bad at all. A minute being, what, a minute and a half? Minute. I guess it's almost... Oh, both runners actually have really good showings based off their PBs. Loki showing off a lot of weird pause frames. If anybody wants to go for those.
Definitely a lot of safety pauses on stuff like.
And you know what? If you don't want to go for it, you get to see it one more time at least.
Both players are ready, so here we go. We're gonna do 3, 2, 1, go.
And I'm excited for this. It should be really close at the start again.
Oh, they started at the exact same time too. That was nice. Their video feeds are like perfectly synced.
Oh, you love to see it.
I also definitely went to type 3, 2, 1, go and said 3S1 go, which is awesome. It's a secret to everybody.
Alright, now call you back.
Alright, so World 1 should be fairly pedestrian like we said last run. No big differences between paused and pauseless unless Loki decides to go for CBF, which would be crazy.
They were practicing. They might be whipping it out. Just try it one or two times. I'd love to see it, especially in lower bracket. That'd be really cool.
Right. I think the only lower bracket player who's gonna go for it in races is 42 guy. Pretty sure.
Of course, it's 42 guy. He has the answers to everything in the universe, and that answer is CBF.
Oh man.
Still no green switches.
Oh, the button didn't press for Relayer. That's unfortunate. Goes right over the button with no press. But yeah, no green switches here. Both players just taking it nice and safe, relaxed for game one. Can't criticize that at all.
I'm saying I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't seen any green switches yet.
Yeah, it's an interesting trick because, so how do I phrase this? A lot of the time, there's tricks in this game that make a stage way harder and don't save that much time. And green switches, I think, is one that people forget is in that category because it only saves a second, like on a good day. It saves a second if you do it well over the average blue goal, and it does make the stage considerably harder than blue goal. Like it's not that hard. I'd be lying if I said it was like a difficult strat, but it is obviously much more difficult than blue, and it only saves a second. So, surprisingly. You won't see that many players go for it in lower bracket. And Helix in chat says, I'm not even going for it in races in top bracket.
Oh, man. Come on, Helix. Let me see it once. Oh, Loki actually just balking off of the party ball is going to give a little bit of an opportunity to Relayer catch up if they can hit this. Slider first try. Looks good so far. Not
barely catching the party ball.
That's a retry too.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Oh, that just sucks. I feel that. Yeah. Oh, and they're still on sliders too. That's kind of unfortunate start for Relayer.
Oh yeah, this setup is weird. It spits them so far out past the goal. It's a really high bounce.
Oh, here's CBF.
Oh, Loki's going for CBF. This is awesome. It's the 2106, looking for 13 over here. Got it, looking for 40 on the next one. Got it, one pause, nice. Looking for 26. Got it, and then 88 for the last. Oh, it hit 85, do they know the backup? I don't know if they know the backup.
Maybe there's positive.
I don't know if they know the backup. Oh, they do know the backup.
Oh,
yeah, they got it.
Oh, he got it. Oh, that's crazy.
So I am legally required right now to say that with CBF, that was a 313 World 1, which is slower than if you did first cycle curve bridge. Or slower even a lot of time than second cycle curve bridge.
Oh, that's funny. Also going to point out that Loki did not pause simple, so...
Fraud?
Yeah, will not be giving that sub.
Total fraud.
Did have one exit game, only 4 seconds though. Player didn't get the first cycle curve bridge, so they'll be exiting out. Not too much worse from Rare from their last time, but at least it is sub 4 still for Will.
And really not a huge lead from Loki regardless. You know, Relayer definitely had his struggles in World 1, but still a race here. Especially, I remember last race Loki did have some struggles on Coaster a few times, so we'll see if that occurs again here.
And I don't recall them practicing it either in their time off. Maybe they did a little bit, but...
Yeah, they got it.
Oh, they got it. That's nice.
It's it is, they used the second frame, which makes that pretty much guaranteed. I don't know what went wrong last round. I don't know if something was up with their inputs or their controller, but... definitely something went wrong there. I'm glad to see that it was fixed up between runs here.
Yeah, and it was a solid bumpy check too. Not a lot of bad collision there. So far, about a 2-stage gap or so.
Yeah.
Well from Loki and Coaster for Relayer. See if Relayer can't get their right side strat first try here.
Yeah, just a little platform bounce here on Coaster. Looks good. Yeah. Mostly neutral, that's the trick. You want to be as neutral as possible when falling because it makes the camera really easy to read. Oh no, falls off at the very end! No, that's a painful one.
Yeah, I feel for that.
Yeah, that's a painful bit of time loss. Oh, and then misses the skip on the second try. Relayer could be in trouble here as Loki's moving into inchworms. We'll see if he's able to hit it first try. He did last run, so... The fast setup here on inchworms looks good. Should be able to just hold up nice and clean with a little neutral. Yeah, easy peasy.
Nice.
Easy peasy. And I don't remember if Loki goes for pausing on totalitarianism or not. No, they just go for the pause strat. Okay. Which is
the man known for pausing and random extra pauses doesn't even go for a pause strat.
Especially considering it's a 1-frame strat and there's 2 working frames for it, so I would definitely expect to see that. You know, it doesn't save that much time, so there's no reason to go for it. But you know, I'm not saying that Loki should go for it because probably shouldn't.
Oh, I'm saying it.
But
make a name for yourself.
I'm not saying that they should go for it because you know it doesn't save that much time. It's probably not worth it. But yeah. I am surprised that they don't because of the amount of pausing that they do elsewhere, is my entire point. That is the crux of my argument.
Oh, my argument's just they pause everything else, so why not?
Alright, cruising into World 3 here for Loki.
Down frames coming
up. Frames coming up. Oh, Z-Cube, why are you such a troll?
Oh, no.
Finna gonna win the tourney. Oh, man. Relayer cruising into inchworms here. We're going to see if Relayer goes for the slow set. Yeah, the slow setup that Relayer went for last round. Just playing it safe.
Yeah, no reason not to. Had a pretty good run last run, except for a couple stages.
Loki's getting so trolled. Loki just got danced on by the goalpost for like 6 seconds.
You know would have saved that?
What's that?
Pause.
That's true. That is a true statement. I feel like, you know... Oh, it's going a little too hard on that stepping stones. Yeah, that happened last run, actually. That happened last run as well.
Yeah, he did it twice last run.
Going a little too hard. Gonna take it a little more relaxed on this second try on stepping stones. Yeah, just comes in for a nice low 49. Can't complain about that one bit. And Relayer, taking it nice and easy on alternative, moving into World 3 as Loki moves into dribbles. Not too bad. We're going to see Loki go for the pause set here on dribbles. Using the 81 set, I think, is what they did last run. Oh, they hit 18, so it looks like... Whoa, trying to get the 52 adjust like a mad lad. The 52 adjust is really difficult. I struggle with that a lot, and I think a lot of other top players miss it pretty often as well. 52 adjust is very difficult, but... Oh no, that totalitarian, that organic form wasn't even that bad. That was sad. That was a sad way to end that one, because that wasn't even a bad attempt.
No, it was really good. Oh,
this attempt also looks good. If they had just hit a little bit further to the left on that, that's really the trick on organic form, if there is one, is to hit further left off of the big bounce than you think you need to, because it's always going to send you really far to the right. Well, we got Mad Rings here coming out, and reversible gear to... nice comfy stages. If you're not doing the pause strat on reversible gear, that is. It's extra comfy. Should be able to see Relayer get in nice and clean here. Yep, easy peasy. Doesn't get trolled by the goalpost, as we saw with Loki. Definitely can be a bit of a troll. I've gotten trolled by it. I think most people have.
It's another clean clip there from Loki 2 on Kirby option.
Yeah, Kirby option is... It's really nice when you don't boost it, because you can actually just hold up and then switch to up left right when your ball hits the ground off the starting platform, and it'll guarantee you that really nice comfy clip. It's about half a second slower than boosted, but it is extra comfy, and I chose to do that for a long time in small myself.
You do boosted now?
Yeah, I do boosted now. It's just worth it. Half a second is so much. Downhill frames, yes, the meme lives on, and he misses them! No! No! This is the nightmare scenario. Chat's gonna have a field day. Chat's gonna have a field day. No! Not like this.
I think he knows it too.
Not like this. Oh, no. Oh no. No, Kate, Relayer is fully pauseless, because Relayer is a boss. Oh man. Alright, so Loki nailing Junction here, cruising right on into World 4 as Relayer taking down... Nice URL, actually. That was solid boosting.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm such a commentator's cursor. I've done that like 20 times this tournament.
I was about to say the same thing.
I'm so bad at that this tournament. Oh, that's so sad. That was a really good URL, too. It was good boosting.
If you think about it, the tournament is your planet, and you are its god.
Right? I just need to stop cursing people. My word has too much power in this bracket, apparently. Well, Loki going for a different Giant Comb setup than they did last run. Maybe they'll go back to their old setup here. Oh, this setup is so weird. What is this Giant Comb setup, bro?
If it works.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I see no reasonable way in which this works. I'm sorry,
yeah, that setup just makes me laugh. Like, it's so odd. Why would you get on the wall? It makes no sense.
The wall,
but it works. But he gets it.
Giant Comb frame says Jet. I would love to see it.
Oh, the death at the very end of Beehive. Oh no.
Bad.
And to swipe back to Relayer here. Relayer cruising into the end of World 3. Getting a little downhill falling skip here. Nice, looking good. Playing it nice and safe like Relayer does. Nothing wrong with that. You know, pauseless, playing it safe. The two tend to go hand in hand, and Relayer does a good job of it. Almost dies at the end of Beehive again. Holy moly.
Got me thinking of something. You know, if you're in a relay race, who would you want? Somebody who could give you the best possible time, or someone who's consistent?
If I were in a relay race, I would want the person named Relayer, I think.
Well, yeah, the person who's consistent, right? You know what they're gonna give you.
I do think it's good when you have somebody who you know what they're gonna give.
Loki bounced out.
Yeah, that was weird. Bounced off the party ball and out.
Nice little pro skater.
We got both players in World 4. This race is still surprisingly close. Last race was very similar to this one. There was about a 3 or 4 stage difference between the two, and Loki got out of World 4 clean, whereas Relayer had some really costly deaths on Arthropod. So it'll be interesting to see how World 4 pans out here, and if the race can stay close out of World 4, unlike it did last run.
Giant Comb still proving to be an issue.
Yeah, another weird setup here from Relayer. Like, both of these players using very odd Giant Comb setups. But gets out of it. That's life. That's life. Giant Comb down. Loki getting no friction on the launcher strat here. Gonna have to land straight in the goal. Is unable to. The goal with this strat is to get hit by the paddle and have as much friction going up the pole as possible. That way you get very little airtime.
Yeah.
Like, that was a much better attempt. It still wasn't perfect, but it got a lot more friction, which means way less time in the air and a better IGT. That's what you're looking for. Or more close to what you're looking for is what I should say. It still wasn't perfect, but still much better than the first attempt, for sure.
There's still not a lot of separation between these players. I think, what is it, 3 stages right now? Yeah.
Yeah, only a 3-stage difference. Relayer going for pauseless maze, but pauseless maze is really hard. That trick is brutal, so unfortunately not able to get the pauseless skip.
Well, it's same time as last time, actually. Did not even think.
Moving right on into coin slots, we're probably going to see Loki do the nice and safe 5706 set here. The green goal hold up set. Yep, looks that way. Easy peasy. Interestingly, I feel like I should mention it now before we get there. Relayer does go for complex coin in these runs using the hold up setup, where you hold up and then neutral using ground cues. But last run they didn't do enough neutral on either of their attempts, so I think Relayer should probably work on that complex coin setup a little bit if they want to continue using it in runs. And they can definitely get to where they need to be. Balances on the top of the goal on launchers, but doesn't die, which is pretty sweet. But I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see if Relayer can get the complex coin strat this run, because it is very difficult. I mess it up in runs pretty often too. So
I would love to see it.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. I remember last run there was an attempt that was like perfect, except it just barely didn't have enough neutral, and they ended up like a couple inches behind the goal tape when it came to the spot that it needed to be in. So here we go, heading into coin slots. Relayer probably going to go for the complex coin strat here. Didn't quite look like enough neutral, but I don't know. Could be close. Oh, just a little too far to the right. The neutral was actually correct, just not enough positioning to the left. This one looks good. Oh, didn't catch the clip. You need to catch a little bit of a clip from that edge. It's a really nuanced strat. There's a lot that goes into this one.
Trying it again right here.
Yeah, third try here. That one looks really good. Yeah, that one was perfect. That one was perfect.
Oh,
I'm glad we at least got to see a completion of it, because that last one was really, really good. I'm glad that we got to see a completion of it, because that trick is awesome. Especially to see Relayer doing it, that is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really dope. You have somebody who's in the 40s right now, who has a lot of potential, will move up once they learn more strats, but they chose to learn complex coin, because
yeah, I mean
might as well learn that hard strat right now instead of wasting however much time it takes to do the coin slots intended.
Right, that is that trick is pretty much as hard as it gets in terms of pauseless tricks. Like that is up there. So to see Relayer going for it and getting it third try, I think it was, like, that's solid. That is solid.
It's just what Arthropod left?
Yep, just Arthropod. I think Relayer forgot to do the load benip, which is gonna hurt their load in between World 4 and 5, but it's not the end of the world.
Assuming they get this first try here, it'll be a lot closer in the World 5. That cursor.
Oh, yep. Arthropod, no. Arthropod was definitely a huge killer for Relayer last run.
Yeah,
I think
that is what made the difference.
Yeah, that was the difference maker last run, and it looks like it might have the same effect this run. Yeah.
Save it? No.
As Loki is cruising through World 5 right now onto bead screen, are we going to see the pause strat or just a button? Just a button strat coming out here on bead screen, no pausing. Oh, that one was so close! No!
If I had to play pauseless, I would do Arthropod, frame pauseless. And I would just try to adjust to the goal. And it's actually not a really bad idea.
Oh no. Oh, Loki getting rejected by the party ball on jump machine. Wow, that is something you don't see very often. Just going a little too early and getting spiked out by it. And Relayer hard stuck on Arthropod just like last run. This is so sad to see.
All my homies hate Arthropod.
All my homies do hate Arthropod, especially in pauseless.
And they're lined up here, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, this is the same thing that happened last run. Arthropod was just a huge difference maker.
Loki now on tower. I'm assuming that they're going to go for the full
Oh,
dive.
no! Dude, that was not fair. Relayer got so party balled.
Oh, man. You
Yeah,
hate to see it.
Arthropod taking bodies right now. It's on a fucking kill streak, dude. There we go. Into World 5 we go. Relayer is freed. And
That
Loki...
is not an easy fall strat if you're not going to clip off of anything.
No, it's
That is
not.
tough.
And Loki finishing up World 5 as we speak. I believe just fluctuation and zigzag slope to go because of the load manip. But yeah, not much left here in World 5 for Loki. And looks like he will be moving on to World 6 in just a minute. You know, I mentioned it last round, but I feel like I should mention it again. Loki has made it pretty clear that he has a disdain for Opera, the pause strat on Opera. So it'll be interesting to see again. Wait, did he go all the way up top on zigzag slope?
Yeah.
Huh. That's new.
No.
That is
Why not?
new. J. Cool and Chess is why he going up there. That's a new one.
Well,
I've never seen that
to be-
before.
Honestly, J. Cole, you should have been saying that when he was going up on the side of Giant Cole. Why is he
True.
going up there?
That is true. Alright, so we're going to see Opera come out in just a couple stages. It is Loki's least favorite stage.
Pauses outdated. Long have we waited for a layer activated.
True.
I love it.
Alright, we got Opera coming out here. Gonna look for that 2571 and then the infamous adjust goal that can be such a troll. 25. Does he nail 71? He's got 71. Now just adjust to the goal. Ooh, scuffy adjustment. Yeah, scuffy adjustment. Too much stick movement there. You could see tapping up, tapping down, tapping left, tapping right. Just a little too much stick movement. You just gotta trust it. You just gotta trust your adjustment instead of doing a bunch of movements. It can really throw you off. Go Bears. True that, Monkey. Thank you very much for that. Go Bears.
Did Loki go under the bridge in the first run?
No, Loki is an over gamer. The under gamer was last run. Phoenifire was an under gamer. Yeah, these adjustments are just a little too finicky. Just doing a little too much.
Maybe that's the part he hates about it.
Yeah, a little too much touchy. You know, too much movement. That's really the best way I can put it. You really got to trust your adjustment and pretty much just do a down and an up input. But if you move it all over the place, it makes it way harder.
Yeah, he moves it a lot, but it looked good from at least where he had it the first time.
Yeah.
His initial adjustment to the goal.
Relayer chugging along in World 5 here, moving on to Zigzag Slope. Will we see the low manip come out? Nice, good good memory there. Always got to remember.
We should see a free fall tower again from him.
Monkey, I am trying to commentate here, please. I need to stay in one piece right now. Please don't make me laugh like this. See tears on the second to lower wire.
Oh, just
Oh.
missed. He got party balled.
Yeah, we saw Relayer pull out a really nice tower last run, and that one was really close too. Oh, just a quick bounce here. That's fine. That's fine. You can just play it safe here. Play it safe. Take your slow finish. You're fine. You're fine. Moving on. Toggle up next, and Loki here on Narrow Peaks, cruising in just about a world of difference between them. About one full world. But World 6 is also pretty fast, so maybe it's not that much. Loki doing the pause strat on Detour, yes! Oh wait, he does a pauseless! And he misses it by a mile! No, that's
why you pause it.
That's why you pause it. That's why you have to pause it. There's the pause on the 08 frame. Nice and clean. Pausing it, getting in there.
Now, I will say, I was on your stream one time, and you were mentioning the strat where you can leave that second platform on Detour early and bounce off of the ramp and then hit the green goal?
Yes.
You said that one wasn't too tough.
No, it's not. It's interesting. It looks a lot harder than it is the fast green goal strat because there's really consistent timer cues for it that make it like much easier. If you dump some practice into it, you can get it no time flat.
something these players can look into.
But Loki looking to clean up World 6 here with a nice clean full. Ooh, Commentator's Curse again. I am really good at that.
One thing I do know from Pauses players, they hate folders.
Folders is tough. It is a tough stage. It's much easier and more consistent in challenge mode. In story, it can feel like RNG, whether or not it gives you good bounces. Mostly because the World 6 walls are just terrible. That is the bad part. But making his way out of World 6 into World 7. Maybe we'll see a goated spiral bridge attempt here to bring him right back, get him back to where he needs to be.
Player just gotten party balled too at the end of combination.
Let's see the spiral bridge setup. Good looking wall boost. Oh, that clip is way too deep. No chance. That clip is super deep. It's okay. You can take a nice clean second cycle here. Sorry, I just saw an emote in chat that I always laugh at. Always makes me laugh.
Relayer struggling on punch seesaws too. You hate to see that.
Yeah, beginning of World 6 can be really tough sometimes with the combination of punch seesaws, opera. You know, there's some tough ones. Your wires on tiers are pretty difficult. Loki going for a thin wire for no feasible reason, and then switches back to this wire.
You know what? He went on that one because there was a pause frame for it.
Man, I feel like this is getting out of hand, this pause frame hatred.
Oh, no, I don't hate it. I'm just saying, look, pauses everything very random. It's random pause frames. I mean, I've never heard a downhill pause frame, so...
Yeah, I do think that Loki does use a lot of pause frames that definitely aren't necessary. But at the same time, you know, it's their playstyle. I can't come at them for that.
100%. I just find it really weird, so I'm like hoping that I see something else really weird.
Yeah, true.
I would love to see it. I'll say, I think Brandish is probably my favorite speedrun strat from Vanilla. Just the fact that you aim for the fish on the left.
Yeah, that strat's awesome. Nice and easy, comfy.
So weird.
We're going to see pause strat on Civ here. Misses the start frame and just retries. So we're going to see another try here. Looking for 56.93, though there are backups for other frames. Oh, choosing to go for the 91 instead of the 93. That's interesting. So then you're looking for 73 here, I believe, for the second frame. That's what I do, at least. And then up left to 60. Taking his time to make sure he remembers the frames. But it looks like he's got it. 73 to 60. Now you just upright and hit the adjustment. He's got it. Nice. He got it. He got it. Took his time to make sure he knew what he was doing. Made sure he did the right thing in the right spot, but he got it.
Civ pause is really cool, too.
At Commentators, why do the runners pause so much? Are they even playing the game anymore? That's funny. Yeah, Relayer definitely pausing a shitload. Relayer making his way through cliffs, though. Nice and... oh, no. Dude, I need to stop talking. I swear.
You just need to stop.
I need to stop talking. It's brutal.
Either that, or you should start saying that for Loki. Maybe we'll get a close race. I'm kidding. Don't. I'm not wishing ill will upon anybody. Oh man. Oh, I think maybe a little bit of a tilt for Relayer right now. I can kind of feel it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that were the case. You know, with the tough arthropod situation and then some tough deaths at the beginning of World 6, it's really hard to keep yourself in it mentally sometimes, but I believe Relayer not doing 53 clips but doing 48 towers in Enigma, that is true. That is true.
You see, nice, really good pauses. Narrow peaks though.
Narrow peaks, definitely. Just a little flick of the neutral and you're in there. Now we get to see some detour action. I think Relayer just usually chooses to go for the blue goal on the stage. The weird 8 bracelets frames, I forgot. Loki goes for that weird 8 bracelets frame set. But it works out. He gets it done.
Got a weird clip though.
Yeah, that clip was very odd.
Hey, whatever works.
Wait, is he boosting quick turn? What the fuck? That is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Yeah. you can tell based on the positioning relative to the third triangle. If you're just barely past the third triangle, you're good. That's not gonna work either. What? How did that work? What?
Oh!
That was not right. That was literally the wrong boosting.
Is Glock not the god of this world?
That literally was not right. I promise. If you need to be just behind the third triangle for boosted triangle or boosted quick turn to work. I am shocked that that worked.
Well, maybe we found a new strat. Loki quick turn. And it's a pauseless strat.
It is a pauseless strat. That's true. No double spiral frames. True. Just taking it slow. Taking it slow. Just seeing the scenic route. As Relayer makes his way into World 7, Loki makes his way out of World 7.
They're not opting to go for the really quick one cycle, not even trying it for spiral, but instead just gonna accept it, just go up to the top and get to the goal, no problem.
It's definitely the kind of trick where if you don't have a bunch of practice with it, there's really no sense in even going for it, because it's like it requires so much practice and game knowledge to, like, if you're not ready to go for it in runs, then you won't even try for it.
I guess the only time it would hurt you is if you fall off near the top. Maybe not. No, I don't think it would ever really hurt you per se. Went for it.
So we see Loki going into momentum, probably going to do the safety pause here. Yeah, the 33 frame, we saw that last run as well. Oh, 31, does he know how to do the backup adjustment? It works, but it's different than 33. Yeah, you got it. Cool.
Nice.
That is a little bit harder than 33, but definitely still super consistent, super nice.
The layer this time missing the one cycle for obstacle, but...
Oh, the entangled frames. Entangled frames coming out.
Ah, so weird.
Oh, misses the second frame. Gonna have to retry here.
So interesting. I love seeing. I'm just saying it's weird, but I promise you, I'm just really interested. I'm just like, what is this? I feel like I say that though for like most things. Like you see a new strat, I like say like a GDQ. You're like, what is this? It's so cool. You're like, it's so weird.
These entangled frames definitely are weird.
Not helping them too much right now.
Yeah, Loki having a tough time hitting these frames. I would love to provide some insight as to what the frames even are. I don't know entangled path frames. I don't know what they are. Like, most of them I can be like, oh, you're looking for this, you're looking for that. But that one I don't even know.
Kind of go for the green gold, just have good movement.
Yeah. Relayer getting out of Civ here. And heading into Flock. We get to see a nice pauseless Flock.
Still about a one world difference.
Well, Loki's still going for the 2-frame strat on Vortex. I guess not aware. Wait, that was sick. Wait, that was sick. That was actually sick. Missed the frame and then just did a pull back and it worked. That was actually sick, that Vortex YOLO adjust. 05 is not a working frame for that stage. And Loki just pulled back and YOLO'd it and it worked. That was sick. But there is a 1-frame strat for Vortex now where you just hold left until 95 and then there's a pretty easy peasy air boosting strat. But Loki's still doing the 2-frame strat. We're just going to see the little trampoline skip, the single skip. You just run into the back and bounce. Easy peasy.
Yeah, trampolines was something I was like, I knew that strat always existed, right? So I tried it out for when I was making a YouTube video just for every single stage, and it just feels so random.
Yeah, it requires you to tick upright at like a certain timing on the timer to make it consistent, and even then it can be a little bit mean sometimes. You're looking to hold up until about 58.5 and then do a slight upright tap, and that makes the collision pretty consistent. A lot of stages in this game are like inconsistent unless you do something at the right time, in which case it becomes more consistent, but it's still kind of scuffy. This game's just weird when it comes to stuff like that. Trampolines is definitely a good example.
Okay, here on the load manip, but pauses everything but warp, so we get to see some intended warp gameplay.
Yeah, we talked about that last run. I'm curious as to why that is, because, you know, they do go for some of the bigger pause strats in World 10, which are also 4 frames, and this is a 4-frame pause strat. Maybe it's just not worth it for the time save, because warp frames actually do only save about 5 or 6 seconds, despite how fancy they look. With good pausing, they save about 5 or 6 seconds. So I guess just playing it casual is the safer play in Loki's mind, so we will take it.
There on quick turn should be the hardest strat in the run, see if they can't get it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, nice pauses quick turn. Let's go. First try.
Love it. Love to see it.
Loki doing blue goal serial jump. Neato. It loses a little bit of time to red goal, but it is much easier than red goal. So another safety pick from Loki. Can't really fault him too much for that.
cross fours. I don't know why cross fours messes me up a lot. I don't know why.
Crossflowers, it's a weird stage. It requires you to conserve your speed in a weird way, and if you end up too low on any of them, you're basically just dead.
Yeah, it's really bad. There's an alternate cross floors, and monkeys need hard levels to breathe too, and don't enjoy it. Do not enjoy it.
So we got Relayer cruising into World 8 here, moving on headstrong into World 8. Hopefully he can put together a really clean World 8 and just finish this run as strong as possible, because Relayer definitely can still put out a pretty solid time here.
Yeah, everything at least should be pretty just solid intended gameplay up until Entangled, which is, I mean, it's blue goal, but at least 8-2, 8-3 should just be solid, good movement.
Yeah, and then we will see the blue goal Entangled come out from Relayer. Loki doing a slight frame boost at the beginning of Flat Maze does make it a little bit harder. With that little boost at the beginning, because you end up with a little bit too much speed coming past the goal. But if that's what he's comfortable with, that's what he's comfortable with. Boosted Flat Maze is like standard at a top level, but it is much harder. Even with just a little frame boost, it's harder. The top level players do like a frame boost into a wall boost and really get up there. But even with just the little frame boost, it does make it much harder. So for anybody at home wondering why Loki may be missing these, just holding up on this stage for the setup does make it quite a bit easier. But able to get it that time. And Relayer chugging along through World 8 here, waiting a couple seconds at the beginning of momentum.
Struggled a little bit with it. Maybe about 3 or 4 times, but should hopefully get it here in a little bit. You know, you never really think about it either, but, you know, you're hard focusing in these settings, and, you know, you're also worried about tilt, but then you have to think about the compounding effects of doing multiple full no reset runs in a row, no matter how good or bad they are, you know, because they're just a total roller coaster of emotions, too.
No doubt.
They really tire you out, so.
No doubt. Getting a really wonky collision at the end of momentum there, but Relayer actually manages to live. Very weird. But it works, and we take those.
Then we'll see the blue goal here as Loki's just gonna finagle his way through Twin Basin without a problem, hopefully.
Hopefully without any problems. That was actually a pretty fast setup, too. Oh, a little too fast at the end. Tries to take that turn a little too cute. You got to be a little bit careful with that one because the angle can be a little bit unworkable sometimes. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you trying to do here?
Twin Basin is strange. Yeah, that's what happens to me when I attempt it fast. Relayer pass, the blue entangled path going to be on to Totters. It'll be a nice little easy setup, and Loki opting in for pause.
Pause frames on air hockey.
That's a weird pause.
That is a weird stage to use pause frames on. Right. I guess consistency is everything, but two deaths on it, maybe.
Maybe not. And isn't story mode the one where it's easier just to hold up and then release too? It's a much wider.
Yeah. Story mode. Sorry, I was a little zoned out. Yeah, story mode air hockey is much easier than challenge mode. Challenge mode is actually, you know, a bit of a troll stage, whereas in story mode it's pretty much free.
A little bit weird for this, but makes sense nonetheless. Player on Vortex missed it 1 or 2 times on the last run. Should get it set up for it.
Relayer with a solid.
And now you got it. Solid
Vortex. Yep, taking it nice and safe. Relayer's route, just nice and safe, slow and steady. There's nothing wrong with it.
Trampolines and corkscrew for both runners. Let's be as casual finishes for both of them.
Yeah, taking the cork. Oh no, misses the goal at the very end of corkscrew. That's unfortunate. Especially, you have to imagine taking it slow around the turn to make sure that doesn't happen. It's always the worst when you take measures against it and then you die at the very end anyway. That's no fun.
Am this pair to help out Relayer. Oh my god. Post this player to help out Relayer. Oh my.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Nice
Loki heading into World 10. We get to see some sweet World 10 pausing. And Relayer cruising into linear seesaws. Also, Relayer's stream having a bit of a stuttering issue here. I think their bitrate might be tanking a bit, but it seems to be back to normal now. We seem to be back. So we have to see how Gimmick goes here for Loki. This is one of the bigger pause strats in World 10. It's 3 frames, but I think Loki also uses a 4th safety frame. So surprisingly difficult, precise at the very beginning of World 10. Hopefully, hopefully you can pull it off. Yep, there's the safety frames coming out, and it helps him hit the adjust. Clean, easy peasy, moving on.
And as we were saying earlier in the first game, this is going to be a very pause frame heavy world outside of Mountain.
Yeah, really.
Which everything else has.
Yeah, once you get past Disorder, you have 3D Maze frame, Labyrinth frames, Postmodern frames, Invisible frames. Loki uses Revolution frames, and he actually, interestingly, doesn't pause on Created By, which is one where he could and save quite a bit of time.
Which do you think is harder? I know which one you prefer, but which one do you think is harder? The Revolution frames or just 52 Rev?
I think frames are probably easier, but I don't know. I feel like just adding pausing to a stage so you don't have to pause is a level of difficulty in and of itself. Like, why would you do that to yourself when pauseless is not... Like, the pauseless strat is not hard. So it's like, why would you add pausing for no real reason, you know? That's kind of always been my thought process on that stage, on Revolution. And I really like the pauseless 52 rev strat.
And we're going to see Labyrinth, the 4 pause plus adjust strat, right? I think it's 4.
Yep, he got the 48. Now he's looking for 31 over here before the clip. And now one more frame. He's looking for 18 off and up left. Taking a little while to make sure he has the right directions held. Probably studying his frame sheet. Hit 16. There is a backup for this. Does Loki know it? No, he does not. But that's okay. He can still save it if he knows where he's going. I don't know where he's going, but I could be the one who doesn't know anything. I've never seen this part of Labyrinth before in my life. You just shit on my Revo strat? No, I'm talking about the other pause strat complex. I'm talking about the hold up. The hold up pause strat is what Loki does. That's what I'm talking about. That is a death and a retry on Labby deep into the stage. You never want to see that, but another try at the pause frames here. Missing the 48, hitting 46 instead.
This is, one of those things, if you get stuck on it, you give Relayer some time to catch up.
Seriously. Gets the 48, looking for 31 over here on the next frame. Taking his time, making his way down to it. Gets it, now he's looking for 18 on the next one.
Oh, Relayer died so deep in a guillotine, too.
Gets the 18, just has to hit the adjust. Cool! Loki is out of Labyrinth just about. Just has to make his way up this hill. That is not enough speed to get up that hill. There's no way. Yeah. Try it again. There we go.
I think that was
and Loki is out.
So it should just be a finish down the stretch for Loki. Not going to be anything sub 40, but can still get a decent finish ahead of Relayer's PB.
True. Missing the 81 frame a couple times here. 81 is definitely a bit of a tricky frame. It's just, it feels kind of weird, kind of like the 83 on Gimmick, but in my opinion, it's definitely the hardest frame on Postmodern, which is nice. Once you hit it, it's like, okay, the rest are easier than that. The hard part's over is always how I think about it, because that first frame is really weird. Gets the 41, should be heading out of here. It should be a real clean Postmodern.
Nice, yeah.
Easy peasy.
Let's see Revolution frames.
Yeah, we get to see the hold-up Revolution strat here. Looking for 57-13 is the typical pause frame, though I think 11 works as well. And I think Loki actually uses a second safety pause here as well, instead of just doing this adjustment pauseless. You can definitely just switch to upright here and get this pauseless. Oh, he does. Nice. I think he used a safety frame for that last run, so it's good to see him drop that one. Good to see the pauseless finish there, because you definitely don't need to use 2 pauses on that stage, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and we talked about this last one, but Loki does a really unorthodox invisible pause set because he just has really bad... he said he has a really bad experience with the 10 set, like the normal set, or the quote-unquote normal set. So it's looking like we're going to see the 05 set come out here, because that is what Loki prefers to do. He was telling me about that recently, that he just had bad experiences with the 0.1 set. He'd rather do this one. Looks like he's got it, though, using the fourth frame for safety, and he's got it. He's making his way downtown. And now, just created by standing between Loki and a W here, as Relayer is actually moving into Gimmick as well.
I have to have some serious issues in created by. I don't think it will be enough
No, I don't. Oh, what? Going for pauses created by without pressing the button? Interesting concept. An interesting idea. That's for sure. Sorry, that one got me. That one got me for real.
I was gonna say, oh, that's a new pause strat.
Yeah, this is some interesting. These are interesting attempts from Loki. Like the boosting, you definitely have to do earlier rather than later. Like that is just not. That's not going to get you there. You gotta press the. You gotta right when you land off pressing the button is when you need to do that up left to upright snaking. So you have lots of speed coming off of the platform. If you let your speed die before you get off that platform, you have no chance of getting there. So definitely would recommend doing some more VOD analysis of that stage, because that is a tricky one for sure. But we see Relayer finish, or not Relayer, we see Loki finish here. Goes to the how to play screen before going through the goal, as if to tell himself, this is how I play the game, this is how I do this.
Imagine if you saw this and then he had movement on his D-pad.
True. Yeah, Loki brings home the dub. 42:54, final time. Stopping the timer a little bit late. We're gonna see Relayer finish it out here. Actually, Relayer has decided to finish both of his runs, despite the fact that the race is, quote unquote, over. Just good practice to finish your runs no matter what, and I respect that. I respect that decision by Relayer.
It's still not a bad run. I mean, Relayer's still not going to be too far off of their PB, I don't think.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish I could say it was like a tale of two runs, but really it was the same thorns in Relayer's side. Pauseless Arthropod was really tough. Both runs had some struggles on Opera, and World 8 was kind of painful. It really was kind of, I don't want to say the same run twice, but it was similar in a lot of the struggle spots. So definitely, I think that's probably a good thing in the long run, because it gives Relayer a better idea of what they need to practice, right? And that's probably a good thing.
I agree. I 100% would rather mess up on the same 2 or 3 stages in both runs rather than have 2 or 3 different stages to mess up on in both runs. That makes 6 different stages that you're just doing consistently. So
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing. It's definitely a good positive to take home.
True.
That you did 97 of them consistently versus 94 of them consistently.
So we see Relayer making his way through Labby now, chilling. Just got to get up the last ramp here, and then we'll be into the home stretch, going into Postmodern. There you go, nice clean ending.
I'd love to see the pauseless Postmodern fully.
Yeah, they came really close to getting a really good pauseless Postmodern last run. Their setup was super close to being really, really good. Just got to hit the edge of this stair here. Yeah, that should give you quite a bit of speed coming in here. Definitely a lot better than the last one. Still not, like, totally picture perfect, but on that stage, this is pretty much all you can ask for.
Another weird clip there.
Yeah, I think they might just be mistiming their hold back off of that stair. You want to hold back as soon as you hit that last stair. That way you get a quick start into the next one. I think they might just be mistiming that just a little bit. But Postmodern defeated into the final 3 stages here for Relayer.
Saves a lot of time too when you get that pauseless strat hitting the stairs at the beginning. We got get you 25 instead of something down in the low teens. So intended rev.
Loki's first run, I believe, was a 37, 26, 37-26. I just checked the chat.
Okay.
Relayer going for the nice easy peasy revolution here, just chilling. Into invisible.
They can finish, just about 2.5 minutes maybe off their PB.
Yeah, no doubt.
A clean finish, which would be still a very, very good run in tournament settings. So. I think invisible keeps you honest when you play it intended, right? You remember how to spell.
Yeah, of course. It's educational, if nothing else.
Mom just comes in your room and says, "Son, get off the video games." He's like,
teaching me how to spell.
How? I'm learning how to spell invisible.
We're getting to the end here. The end times may just be upon us. Relayer going to come down here through the L, through the E, And now we are one created by away from Relayer finishing up here, finishing nice and strong. You know, this World 10 from Relayer, actually not that bad. World 10,
No, it was really
devoid of like a lot of major mistakes. You know, just the strat play obviously can be increased, but that's life. Here we go to the home stretch, across the A, across the V, down to the goal.
Yep, nice. That's
Perfect, and that is a low 47 from Relayer, I believe. 40,
nice.
Low 46 into low 47, not a bad performance at all from Relayer.
No, very, very consistent.
Yeah, that was awesome. You know, considering considering their PB is a 44, I believe a 44 2x, like not bad at all.
Yeah,
that's all you can ask for.
No, you play so steady, that's consistency.
So, with that being said, that is the game 2-0 in Loki's favor. Loki will be moving on in the winners bracket. Relayer will be dropping down to losers, but watch out for Relayer and losers, for sure. Relayer putting on a very consistent performance, if nothing else. Definitely someone to look out for in the future. A good up-and-coming pauseless runner. And Loki, obviously, can't be taken for granted either. So, two great players, a great match between them. Thank you for the commentary, Dyrude. I appreciate you very much.
Thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Perfect. And we'll be back soon with the next match. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Later.